Thousands of years ago, there was a time when people almost disappeared from the earth. The rivers dried up. The forests became silent. The animals vanished. Families searched for food every single day, but returned home with empty hands. Many believed the gods had abandoned them. Many believed the world was coming to an end. But while everyone was searching for food, one small tortoise was searching for answers. He wasn't chasing animals. He wasn't climbing trees for fruit. Instead, he was watching tiny ants, listening to the wind, and studying the clouds. The villagers laughed at him. They thought he had lost his mind, but what the tortoise discovered would change human life forever. It would teach people how to grow their own food instead of waiting for nature to provide it. This is the ancient story of the Great Drought, how humans learned to farm. The world before farms, long before farms covered the land, people lived as wanderers. They moved from one place to another, following food wherever it could be found. If the forest had fruits, they stayed. If the rivers had fish, they stayed when the food was gone. They packed their things and walked away. Nobody planted crops. Nobody grew vegetables. Nobody believed food could come from the ground unless nature placed it there. Life depended completely on luck. Then something terrible happened. One rainy season passed, without rain. People waited. Surely tomorrow would bring dark clouds. But tomorrow came, and the sky stayed bright. Another week passed, then another. The rivers became smaller. The lakes disappeared. The earth cracked open under the hot sun. The leaves fell from the trees. The fruits became dry before they could grow. Soon, animals began leaving the forest. The hunters followed them. But even after walking for days, they found nothing. People shared what little food they had. But hunger changes people. Friends became enemies. Neighbors argued over a single fruit. Some families secretly hid food from others. Children cried through the night. Many old people gave their meals to the young. Some became too weak to walk. Every day, the village became quieter. Not because people were peaceful, but because they had no strength left to speak. The chief calls a meeting. The village chief gathered everyone. "My people," he said, "we cannot continue like this. Our hunters find nothing. Our rivers are empty. Our children are hungry. Tell me, who among you has an idea?" The crowd became silent. Nobody spoke. Then, the slow little tortoise stepped forward. "I have an idea." Some villagers rolled their eyes. Others laughed. "What can a tortoise teach us?" "You walk slower than our grandmothers." The tortoise smiled. Sometimes the slowest eyes see the most. The strange journey. Instead of searching for food, the tortoise began watching nature. He watched birds flying across the sky. He watched insects crawling through the grass. He watched trees standing under the burning sun. Hours became days. The villagers laughed every time they saw him. "Still watching insects? Have they started talking to you?" The tortoise simply smiled. He was learning. The ants never panicked. One afternoon, the tortoise noticed something amazing. The ants were not running around in fear. They worked calmly. Each ant carried tiny seeds. Some disappeared into their underground home. Others returned with more. The tortoise became curious. He carefully followed them. He found piles of seeds, enough to feed the ants for many months. The tortoise whispered. They knew hard times would come. They prepared before the drought became worse. Then another question entered his mind. Where did the seeds come from? A wonderful discovery. The tortoise continued watching. He noticed something the villagers had never seen. Many seeds that fell onto soft ground had begun to grow after the last small rainfall months earlier. Tiny green plants appeared wherever seeds stayed in the soil. Nature was planting itself. The tortoise looked around. Every healthy plant had started as a tiny seed. Suddenly, everything became clear. If seeds can grow by themselves, what if humans place them in the ground on purpose? His heart filled with excitement. But there was still one problem. Rain. Without rain, nothing would grow. The clouds speak, so the tortoise turned his eyes to the sky. He climbed the tallest hill near the village. He watched the clouds. He watched the wind. He watched birds changing their direction. He noticed that before every small rainfall, the air became cooler. The wind carried the smell of wet earth. The clouds became darker long before rain arrived. Nature always gave signs. People simply never noticed. The tortoise now had the complete answer: seeds, rain, patience. Nobody believed him. The tortoise returned to the village. He stood before the chief. "I know how we can survive." The villagers gathered around. The tortoise explained everything. "We must collect seeds. We must place them into soft ground. We must wait until the clouds tell us rain is coming." The crowd burst into laughter. "So now we're farmers? Will Dirk feed us?" One hunter shook his head. "We need meat, not stories." I believe him. If hunting is no longer working, why not try something new? A few families joined her. The first farm. Together, they collected seeds from every plant they could find. Using sticks, they dug small holes. They gently covered the seeds with soil. Then they waited. Many villagers laughed every day. Look at them. They're burying food instead of eating it. The tortoise ignored every insult. He trusted nature. The rain finally comes. Several days later, the wind changed. Dark clouds rolled across the sky. Lightning flashed. Thunder shook the hills. Then, rain. Heavy rain poured across the land. The dry earth drank every drop. Days later, tiny green plants appeared. The children screamed with excitement. They're growing. Every morning, the plants became bigger. Green fields covered the ground. Then came the first harvest. The village had food again, not because they hunted, not because they searched, because they planted. A new beginning. The chief stood before the entire village. He placed his hand on the tortoise's shell. "You did not save us with strength. You saved us by paying attention." From that day forward, people no longer depended only on luck. Every harvest, they saved seeds. Every rainy season, they planted again. Families built homes near their fields. Children learned how to grow food from their parents. The first farms slowly became the first villages, and the first villages became great kingdoms. All because one tortoise was willing to learn from nature. The lesson. This story reminds us that wisdom is not always loud. Sometimes, the greatest answers come from watching carefully. The ants taught the value of preparing for tomorrow. The clouds taught the importance of good timing. And the tortoise taught humans that nature is the greatest teacher of all. Farmers still watch the sky. They still study the seasons. They still save seeds for tomorrow. Because the lessons of the great drought have never been forgotten. If you enjoyed this ancient tale, please like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications for more timeless stories filled with wisdom, adventure, and life lessons.